Are you guys ready for Infinity Ward to be great again? Because, oh, I have some good news for you. Now, back in 2010, Activision and Infinity Ward had a big dispute, and tons of the people who worked on the Modern Warfare series left. And as you guys know, pretty much ever since the Modern Warfare series has ended, Infinity Ward hasn't been as good. Their two games since the Modern Warfare series has been Ghosts and Infinite Warfare. Say what you want about the game. Some people enjoy those games, but as you guys know, critically and overall, the general public doesn't care for either one of those games in the multiplayer aspect. Most people like the stories, but the multiplayer aspect, no one really cares for. After the whole debacle between Activision and Infinity Ward, several of the Infinity Ward employees left for the game studio Respawn and back in 2010, and now a ton of them are back. Now, one thing I will say right off the bat is Vince Zampella is actually not back. He's one of the ones who's not back. He's still the head of Respawn because, as you know, he was the founder of Respawn, so you can't really blame him for not wanting to leave that position, so he's not back. But I can give you a list of people who are back. There's Jeffrey Smith, Joel Emsley, Mark Grigsby, Brandon Serrano, John Mundy, Joshua Dunham, Dom McCarthy, and Madison Cromwell. Now, I'm not going to sit here and lie and act like I know who a whole bunch of these people are or anything like that. I didn't really play Call of Duty in the Modern Warfare series era, but it's still good to see that a ton of these old employees are back. And what's funny is people have already been taking this as far as saying that it's confirmed that Modern Warfare 4 is coming out next year. I've already been saying myself for a little bit now that I think that Infinity Ward's next game is going to be Modern Warfare 4, and here's why. When you look back at the Call of Duty series in general, especially in like the PlayStation 4, Xbox One era, the only good game that is even decent is Black Ops 3, but even then that game still gets a lot of hate. So people definitely don't look at the Call of Duty series the way they used to in like the Modern Warfare series and early Black Ops series and World at War and stuff like that. And then you look at Infinity Ward's last two games themselves, their specific games, which is Ghosts and Infinite Warfare. Infinite Warfare is probably regarded as the worst Call of Duty in the franchise history, which I think is unfair. I do think it was a pretty crap game. I didn't get it, but there were still good things about it. I ultimately think the game came at the wrong time more than anything else. The story I heard was pretty good. I never actually played it. But Infinite Warfare is very hated. Ghosts was very hated at the time. It's a little bit more liked as you look back on it, but at the time it was pretty disliked. So it would definitely be good for them to take the safe route, I guess, and go to Modern Warfare 4. And I'm sure if they did it, they would definitely try to. I feel like if they do Modern Warfare 4, that's really what the game is that they're working on. I think that they need to make it as traditional Call of Duty as traditional Call of Duty. You know what I mean? Like, don't do anything new, don't try anything different. Straight up do what everybody says. Like, I'm not necessarily saying that that's what I want or what I even think is best, but everybody wants the old-fashioned Call of Duty Modern Warfare series had. So I really think that if they make a Modern Warfare 4, they need to make it exactly how everybody wants it and just see what happens. Honestly, I think that's what they should do. And don't try nothing like crazy new, nothing like that, and throw final kill cams in, do the same thing. Like I said, I didn't play the Modern Warfare series at the time, so I don't really know much about how the story ended, so if Modern Warfare 4 would even make sense as like how the series story ended. I don't know exactly what the differences were in each multiplayer, so that's going to be for the really old school Call of Duty vets to figure out. But for me personally, I really think that Modern Warfare 4 would definitely be a good route for them to take, especially after this year. Everybody was really relying on Treyarch, and even though I'm very hyped for Black Ops 4 and I think it looks like a great game, everybody's very split on it. Everybody thinks it looks just like Black Ops 3 reskin or a DLC for it, which I can kind of see that, but I still think it's not really getting the praise it should have, and I think it's getting more hate than it deserves. But nonetheless, it's getting hate. So everybody thinks Call of Duty is dead and thinks it's gonna die. So Infinity Ward and some of the OGs returning to the studio and working on Modern Warfare 4 and a Modern Warfare 2 remastered possibly. That would be a huge thing next year. So yeah, that's all I had to say in this video, guys. Like, it's just pretty cool to, I guess, see a lot of the OG studio devs returning to Infinity War, and I think it's exciting. I think it definitely does help confirm that Modern Warfare 4 might be coming out next year, and if it does, I'll be happy because I didn't play the Modern Warfare series, like I said, and if this is the game that's coming out next year, I'll probably buy like the trilogy or something like that, especially if it's backwards compatible or remastered. I did play Modern Warfare Remastered. I do have that game, but never Modern Warfare 2 or Modern Warfare 3, so we shall see, I guess. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys, what do you guys think? Do you think Modern Warfare 4 is coming out next year? What about Modern Warfare 2 Remastered? Do you think all these devs coming back to Infinity Ward is a sign of Modern Warfare 4? And do you think it's a good thing for whatever the next game is, even if it's not Modern Warfare 4? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.